We are live. We are live. We are full of technical difficulties, but we are still live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Circle Leadership Headquarters. Today is all about expanding your comfort zone. My comfort zone is being tested right now because having significant technical difficulties actually seeking to log into the whiteboard. So just going to give it one more attempt, and if it doesn't work, we're going to go and do this the old-fashioned way. So let's just go here, see if we can get that to work there. While everyone's jumping on board, I'm so excited about this session too. Here we go. Restart. Let's just restart the. Let's do the old turn it off and turn it back on again and see if that works. Excuse me. So today, comfort zones. We're going to talk about a couple of things. One, I want to really discuss this. It's not a myth per se that all growth happens outside your comfort zone. Now, whilst that I understand that concept, I think it's also when we think about that and when people seek to, let's say, apply that as a concept, that it can be the thing that actually stops us from growing. And I'll explain that in a moment in terms of the myth. Then I want to show you, in relation to last week, we talked about the process for human behavior. And I want to talk around that concept and how that process for human behavior, as we talked about, success, results, behavior, attitude, conditioning, space, repetition of inputs. I'm going to take it and flip it on its side and then say, how does that apply to our comfort zone? So that's the other part I want to share with you today. And then I want to just talk about the concept of acting as if rather than fake it till you make it. So I'm going to start with that, actually. Let's go there while I'm waiting for stuff to pick up. The first thing I want to talk about this, this whole fake it till you make it concept that exists in the world today. I appreciate the fact that it rhymes and it sounds kind of cool. But the process I want to share with you today is in terms of expanding your comfort zone, is so that you don't actually have to fake anything. You don't have to be pretend to be something you're not in order to make the world believe or yourself believe that you are that thing. That to me is just some false sense of reality, I guess, if you wish, that we actually are perpetuating within people, like say, oh no, just fake it till you make it. What if you didn't have to fake anything, but you could still make it? What if you could actually act as if you were already that thing that you wish to become or have in your life, and you didn't have to fake it? So that's the whole part of this process, is if we can move you from fake it till you make it to acting as if. And acting as if once you've identified who you like to become, and if you started to act in accordance with that new truth as you perceive it or believe it to be, and take action towards that, you then act in accordance with that, then you start to become that thing. Fake it till you make it is kind of like that whole thing where you step outside and you pretend to be something you're not and hope that either you start to believe it or other people start to believe it. But there's a process to that, and I want to be able to share with you guys how to simply do that. Now my computer's, well, the tablet's just coming back up, so let's just give it one more attempt, and if it works, then that's great, and if not, we're going to stay old school. Okay, we're going to stay old school, but fortunately, old school, here's something I prepared earlier. Always have a spare whiteboard ready to go just in case. Now, hopefully this green marker is going to show up. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so here we go. So that whole, I'm going to show you how to act as if, so you don't have to fake it till you make it anymore. We're going to talk about how to bust the myth that you have to step outside your comfort zone to achieve anything that you want in life. Now, when I talked about the process for human behavior last week, if you look at that, and let's call it successes out here. This is success. Hopefully this shows up on the screen. Beautiful. Yep. So this is success way out over here. And then you have your results. And then you have your actions or your behaviors. And then our attitude, which is our habits of thinking. And then we have the conditioning through spaced repetition of a bunch of inputs. So the process for human behavior, I've got these inputs through spaced repetition, conditioning a new way of thinking to cause me to behave or act in a way that drives me the results that I'd like and helps me culminate in the picture of success that I'd like to have. Now, I appreciate there's probably a little bit of a glare there with the lamp. So I'll go back to the angle. Okay, so if this is us sitting inside our comfort zone here, our comfort zone is just, it's kind of like a frame, right? You have this frame that sits around you, and in that where you are, the self-image of how you see yourself, this is you inside your comfort zone. It's surrounded by all your fears, your doubts, your worries, your values, your beliefs, all that sort of stuff create this picture of you. So you're sitting there now and go, well, this is me, and now I've identified some new success I'd like to have in my life. And so as we talk about, what is suggested is, well, like just all growth happens outside your comfort zone. So just jump outside your comfort zone and do the things, that make you uncomfortable to reach the success. Because if you want to have something you've never had before, you'd have to do something you've never done before. Therefore, you'd have to become somebody you've never been before. And that's what become more of what you need to be to have that success in your life. In order to do that, well, that's not inside your comfort zone. So you have to get outside. That's the theory. All growth happens outside your comfort zone. What if, though, I could show you a way, because, let's let me backpedal. The reason why this is the myth component is that when it gets out here and we're way out here, what happens to most people when they're way outside their comfort zone? Well, what happens to most people when they're way outside their comfort zone is that they just want to run away. It's like when the heat's on and everything like that, we want to go, run back to where it's safe. Because we're wired for pleasure, comfort, and entertainment as human beings. So what we want to be able to do then is to get back to where we're comfortable. And so it's what we call, subconscious sabotage, where we actually sabotage our own success just to get back to where we're comfortable. Well, that kind of sucks. So how the heck do I ever get the success that I want in my life? If every time I step out my comfort zone, my body, my mind, everything wants to do things to make me get back into my comfort zone. Well, this is where we talk about stretching and pushing the boundaries of your comfort zone. So using this process for human behavior, simply, if you think about, and please, this in your mind, I'm putting some negative or some dashes here. It's not to say that we have a negative way of thinking, but these are what I call our limited thoughts. These thoughts and beliefs that we have are limiting us because they're the ones that are keeping us inside our comfort zone. So if I want to step out, what I need to do is go, if I identify what success looks like, I know what that looks like. I know what results I'd like to have in my life that I don't have right now, and then I know the behaviors I would need to demonstrate. And then if I look at what's the thinking that I would need in order to drive those behaviors, and I go, okay, I've got that thinking in place. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get that lamp out of the way. Well, then I need to, I need to shift the way I think, because how I think determines how I act. So I need to know what new thinking would I need. And then the same process I use to get the thinking I currently have is the same process I would use to get the new thinking. What I need to do is take all this and bring it back here and use it as new inputs. So I would start with spaced repetition and go, hey, it's like me to do or be whatever it is. Take that. Then I would take a step out with action. And then every time I think about it and take a step out with action, what I'm doing is I'm pushing the boundary of that comfort zone. And then I do it again and then push. And then what you end up doing is you end up pushing more, right? And then I do it again and then step out again with action and do it again. You see where this is going? Right? And then by the time I keep following that process, what I end up doing then is I keep stretching and pushing the boundary of my comfort zone, just in a small bite-sized pieces, just pushing. And then what I end up doing is bringing success inside my new expanded comfort zone. And this is what we can do, right? This is the same process that helped you form the comfort zone you have today about who you are and what you're capable of. It's the same process you can use tomorrow to expand and push the boundaries of your comfort zone. The key to this is it's spaced repetition, all right? That you have to predetermine all the things you do like, then use the same process with repetition, because every time you go in here, you reaffirm it's like you, you take action to so you reaffirm the thought, you take action in alignment with that thought, you start acting as if, so I act as if that thought, and then I take action on that because I act as if, I push, And this is how you do it. Then what actually you do is you're bringing success into your comfort zone rather than have to go out and find success. It's the same process that helped you become who you are today that you can use to become who you want to be tomorrow. It's the same process that you actually created the comfort zone that you have today that you can use by stretching and pushing the boundaries of it rather than just ripping it apart and leaping outside. Because when you rip it open and leap outside, the first thing you want to do when the heat's on is you want to get back in. So if you focus on, instead of just trying to be more of what you are and that for other people, this is where we talk about evolution. Okay, please understand that this is the steady, progressive increase of our capabilities, right? So we keep increasing our capabilities and our capacity for greatness, right? I want to challenge you all. It was just, this mindset of, instant reward, or, if we did something and we didn't get the results immediately, well, then that's stupid. It doesn't work. I don't want to do this anymore. Or if I did it once and I fell down and people laugh at me, well, I'm not going to do that again. It is the steady, progressive increase of your capabilities and your capacity for greatness. This is what evolution is about. So you evolve out into this instead of just trying to grow and stretch. And so instead of actually just ripping it apart and going, I'm way out here in no man's land and I just want to go back to where it was safe. Use the same process that helped you become who you are today to become who you're capable of becoming tomorrow, to have the success that you want in your life, and understand that if you just keep stretching and pushing your comfort zone a little bit at every single time, you just expand it and bring that success into you by acting as if I think, therefore I am. I act. How I think determines how I act. I think, I act. I think, I act. I think, I act. And I keep pushing, and stretching and stretching and stretching. Okay? This is why you don't need to jump way outside your comfort zone to achieve the things you want in life. You can actually just keep pushing and stretching, pushing and stretching, and it's the same way as you build a muscle. Is actually you do the repetitions, you tear the muscle rebuilds, becomes stronger. You do the repetitions, you tear the muscle, becomes stronger. It's the exact same process to achieve success in your life. Okay, you can expand your comfort zone. You don't have to leap way outside of it, but it's a process. The thing is, this used to happen to us by default and circumstance. Now I'm asking you, or giving you the opportunity, or helping you to understand, whichever way you want to look at it, that you have the ability to do it by design. Right? When it's happening to us, but when we want to make it happen for us, we actually have to do the work. We have to identify all this stuff, identify the new thinking, and then shift each of those limited thoughts. Every time you go, no, and actually, I think I am capable of this. I think this is something I see myself doing this. Then do it. Oh, then I see myself doing it. Do it. I see myself doing it. Do it. And each time you do that, you're reaffirming that it's like you to be those things, to do those things, and stretch and push. And before you know it, success is inside your comfort zone, not outside your comfort zone. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. That I really believe in the infinite capacity of us as human beings. I really believe that we all have the potential to achieve whatever success you want in life. The danger is when you make that big leap outside your comfort zone, that it's tough and it's hard, and most people want to jump back in, right? But what if you could stretch and push the boundaries and start acting as if you were already that person? You didn't have to fake it till you make it. You just started acting in accordance with that new truth as you perceive it or believe it to be, and then just started pushing the boundaries of that. And before you know it, success becomes inside your comfort zone, not outside your comfort zone. Okay? Because remember that your mind's function is to keep you sane. It will move you to the dominant picture that you have. Whatever your current self-image is, that's the dominant picture. So how do you help it create a new dominant picture of itself? Right? You just got to keep doing the same thing with repetition. Then all of a sudden your mind goes, oh, hang on a second. No, this is how I think around here. And then this one starts to disappear. And you start acting in accordance with this truth. Okay? So please go out there, expand, push your comfort zones. Become who you're capable of to achieve the results that you would love for your life by doing the things you need to do, by shifting the way you think about things, right? And when you follow that process I just shared with you, you'll be amazed at what will happen. In a year's time, you'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish. But if you're expecting an immediate result, you're going to be disappointed. Any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns? We have a template that you can use that'll help you with that. You can watch this video again. If you just put in #ComfortZone in the comments below, we'll make sure that our team gets you the template that's available for you. So you can sit there and map that out and look at it yourself. And what would that look like? And what would I need to think? And what actions would I need to take to stretch and push the boundaries of your own comfort zone? Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate your time and attention as always. And if you do watch this after the fact, thank you for that as well. Remember, hashtag comfort zone, and we'll get to the template on how you can expand your comfort zone and bring success into your life and not have to leap outside of your comfort zone to get it.